Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for joining me today. The video today is gonna be I married my high school sweetheart, but before we jump into that, I just wanted to show you guys my shirt. It's from a little boutique in Logan. It's called 8th and Main. This is just a shirt that I like to style with my biker shorts. It's really light, nice for summer. It's also super cute. Their style is cute. Their quality is good. I own a lot of their clothing, actually. 100% recommend them to anybody. If you use my code Becca15, you can get 15% off of your order. I will be linking their website down below, but you can also visit them on Instagram at 8th Main. I'll also put that down below just so that you can find them a little bit easier. All right, let's jump into this. I married my high school sweetheart and I waited for my LDS missionary. We met in February of 2013, might have been the end of January, same diff, probably within like a 2-week period. Couldn't tell you the exact time. But I was in the junior high at the time. I was in my 9th grade year, so it would have been my freshman year of high school, but it was in the junior high building. He was a junior in high school. He was 16, I was 15. We got to know each other, like who each other was, from the high school basketball team. So my best friend Courtney, her mom and dad were coaches of the JV team, I believe. And so they would check us out on Friday afternoons from the junior high, take us up to the high school, and we would run the scoreboard. So that's kind of how I got to know him. We didn't necessarily have any like actual conversations during the basketball games. I mean, he would come up and ask like how long until the varsity game started, but it wasn't like we were talking all the time. So then I want to say it was like mid-March probably. I had tweeted something on Twitter and he tweeted back at me, and then I tweeted back at him and he tweeted back at me. Then he ended up DMing me and we were just continuing our conversation. It was nothing like crazy. I couldn't even tell you what we were talking about. And then he sent me his number and was like, why don't you text me? So it was late. So I texted him in the morning and we ended up just talking, and our main like form of communication ended up being Snapchat, and we would just snap like all day long for a while too. Like it was a long while, but at the time I had a boyfriend and he had a girlfriend. So we decided to stop talking, even though it was nothing romantic, at least on my end. It was just like a friendship to me. I literally called him like a big brother to me. So he ended up breaking up with his girlfriend. I broke up with my boyfriend, and then we started talking again. And I remember on the last day of my freshman year, which would have been the last day of his junior year, I was just chilling at my friend's house, doing whatever. It was the first day of summer. And he messaged me telling me that he had feelings for me. I, at the time, did not feel that way about him, so I didn't like reciprocate those feelings. He ended up getting a girlfriend and they dated, I want to say for like a month, maybe a month and a half. But so I do remember the exact moment that I realized I had feelings for him. We were at a carnival. It's called Westfest, where we're from. And his girlfriend was actually best friends with one of my friends, but also it was my best friend's older sister. So Sammy was her name. She was in the same grade as Brayden, my husband, and his girlfriend at the time. And she has twin younger sisters, Allie and Jessie, who are my best friends. And we were all at Westfest together. And I guess he had been kind of mean to his girlfriend or something. And so I saw him, because we were all hanging out together. He came up to her and was apologizing. And he looked at me and was like, hey, Becca. And I was like, hi, Brayden. And then I turned around and I started sobbing to Allie and Jessie. I was like, we need to go. Oh my gosh. And that's when I realized that I liked him. And it was just like kind of hard to see him with another girl, I guess. You know, teenage drama. If you fast forward to the end of July, I was in Hawaii with all of my cousins. We just took like a family trip. And I guess he had broken up with his girlfriend, and he reached out to me and we started talking again. But this time it was more romantic. It wasn't just as like the friendship way that I had been talking to him previously. And yeah, we just talked like forever. I mean, I was in Hawaii, but I was a teenage girl, you know. And we talked for probably like an hour to 2 hours every night on the phone. So then when I got home, we all went swimming. We all, meaning Allie, Jesse, Sammy, and my sister Cassie, and Brayden and me. We all went swimming and we just hung out. We watched a movie that night, and then we ended up hanging out like with just me and him the next day. And basically from then on, we were inseparable. I don't really remember a specific time of him asking me to be his girlfriend or me asking him to be my boyfriend, but it just kind of happened that way and we just started dating, I guess. So we dated my whole sophomore year and his whole senior year. April of 2014, he got his LDS mission call to serve in Antofagasta, Chile, which is the northernmost part of Chile. He was to leave August 13th, which was actually 2 days after his birthday. His birthday is August 11th. So all kind of just happened like really quick. Once his birthday came, it was like boom, boom, boom. And then he was gone and he was off to serve his mission. We had kind of decided that we were still gonna talk, but that he didn't want me to necessarily wait for him in like the sense that like what waiting for missionary means in LDS terms basically just means that like you don't date anyone else, you don't like, I don't know, yeah, that's about it. You just don't date anyone else, but you write this missionary, and then when they get home you guys start dating again. But for me it was a little bit different. I was 16. I was gonna turn 17 in a couple months, and I still had my whole junior year and my whole senior year of high school, and he didn't want me to turn down going to dances or turn down group dates or dates that we went on just because he was serving his mission, and I said I would wait for him. But I still wrote him every week. So I didn't necessarily wait for him because I did date other boys, but I wrote him every single week except for one. No. But I still wrote him on that week. The email just didn't go through. But anyways, so we talked once a week, every week for 2 years. And towards the end of my senior year, I started dating another boy, and I probably dated him for about 6 months. We left to serve a mission, and Brayden got home that same month, and me and Brayden started dating again. We had kind of made a promise to each other that no matter where we were in our lives, we would give each other 3 dates when he got home, just to see where things stood, that we kind of owed that to each other, just because we had given so much to each other for a year. So we did that, and we went on dates and we hung out, and all of a sudden we were just inseparable again. We got engaged in October of 2016, so 2 months after he got home from his mission, and then we got married in June of 2017, so like 8 months after we got engaged. And yeah, so now we've been married for 3 years. Waiting for a missionary was not easy, and I know I didn't necessarily like wait because I did date other boys, but it still was not easy. Like, I knew in my heart that he was who I was gonna marry, and I had even told boys that I dated, like, I think I'm gonna marry this guy. And I did even tell the guy that I got in a serious relationship that, and I guess he was okay with it. I at least told him mine and Brayden's pact, and that we were gonna go on 3 dates with each other no matter where we were. It's not easy to wait for missionary. It was a lot of work, and there was a lot of sad times, especially going through high school, like graduation and stuff. I was there for his graduation, but he wasn't able to be there for mine, or I was on the drill team, and so he wasn't able to see my performances or see the accomplishments that I made, watch my solo piece, which I dedicated to him. He just wasn't there for a lot of big milestones that I reached, but I was able to send him pictures and email him, and now it's really like he didn't miss anything now that we've been together for so long and married for 3 years. It's like he's been here all along, and he knows all the fun stories and all the fun things that we did. But I will say it's not easy. All right, guys. Well, that's it for this week. Thank you for supporting and watching my video. Thank you for all the love. Go ahead and subscribe. I will have another video next week, and I hope to see you all then. Bye!
Suddenly it runs so deep, and maybe for a couple weeks, and I finally got the feeling that I'm alright. I'm pushed back and spun around, a cycle I just can't work out.